What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the episode of Game Starter Radio. I am joined today by Alessio, who is working with Haunted Space. He's in economics and VC partnerships over at Haunted Space, one of our games that's launching on the Game Starter platform. A very high quality space fighting game that we're super excited about with some exciting partnerships. And Alessio, thank you so much for joining me today, man. We're really excited to have you as a partner on the Game Starter platform. And we'd love to hear a little more about this project and kind of dive behind the scenes, what's going on over at Haunted Space and why everyone can get excited about, the project itself.
Thank you very much, Joseph. It's a pleasure to be here. So yeah, I'm Alessio, the guys that work for the economics part and the presentation of Haunted Space. So basically, Haunted Space is a game that born to be able to be released on the main platforms. So we are coming from traditional gaming industry, aiming to be listed on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. And since the last year, we basically try to create also a multiplayer that will be a multiplayer play and earn game to actually join the crypto industry and bring a very high quality product on this industry. So basically, we will have two main titles that will be a single player game and a multiplayer play and earn game. Mm-hmm. So with the single player game, we will not be connected with Web3. So we will be fully in compliance with the traditional gaming platforms like PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. And we are going to benefit being able to list on this platform because our aim is to convert a portion of the gamers that play on the single player game that can actually, they can't really monetize their time, they buy the game, they buy the skin and stuff, but they can't really earn money. And we are moving them to our multiplayer play and earn version of the game, where there is economy and they can really monetize with tokens and NFTs that are integrated in the game.
Gotcha. So providing that low barrier to entry way for people to move those traditional gamers over to the Web3 space.
Yeah, correct. That's the idea, because we see one of the major missing point in the crypto gaming industry is that many games doesn't have other real gamers instead of speculators that want to just earn money,
Right. Now, is it from a convenience perspective? A lot of times one of the issues we have with blockchain games, it's difficult to get started, right? You have to have set up this wallet, you have to set up this account, you have to provide this kind of whatever. What do you think the barrier to entry is for the game going into a Web3 space? Is it relatively user friendly getting into that space?
We are working to make it as much user friendly possible. At the moment, what we are thinking is creating a game that is not directly integrated with the blockchain internally, but we instead are building on a software that you will be able also to actually download and play on your PC, and then you have your wallet. So basically, on the website page, you can link your wallet with your game account, and once it's linked, if you buy an NFT, you automatically see the NFT on the game itself. So there is no you don't have to do many clicks to actually connect, play and stuff, but it will be automatic. And this is our idea of integration for the game. So the more easy will be for the users, the better will be.
No, that's huge. Well, yeah, like you said, first of all, focusing on like the main gamer, bringing on true gamers first, and then and then the gameplay first. I know Game Starter is their big mantra too. It's gameplay first, blockchain second, right? The blockchain should support what we're trying to do with the games themselves, not just try to make up use cases for blockchain and kind of force it in there, right? So yeah. Love to see that as you actually using the solution of blockchain instead of forcing it. But so where are you guys, as far as like launching and development? I know I think the IGO, our initial offering, is still kind of in the works and deciding on the dates and that kind of thing. But from a development perspective and project perspective, can you talk a little bit about maybe your timeline and what you're looking at right now?
Sure. So right now we are about to launch our first NFT collection that will be a Genesis pass that you actually need, all the players will need to actually start playing the game. So as long as we have two games, the gamers will be able to play both the single player game that will be released on the traditional gaming platform between $25 to $35. So they have it for free, and they will also have the early access to our multiplayer version of the game, and also a lot of other stuff and useful things that can have in the game. And we also created a dedicated article for the Game Pass utilities.
Cool.
So we are starting with that. Meanwhile, we are also starting the funding phase for our project. So we are actually selling our governance token to VCs and potential partners. And we are proceeding with the raise until the beginning of the next year. So our ideal target to list the actual token is Q2 of the next year. And we mainly do this for two reasons. So the first one is that hopefully the market will recover in that time. But the most important thing, I think, is that meanwhile, we are proceeding with the single player development. So in October, for the single player version, so without crypto integration, we have the first beta that will be released to a closed public
Awesome.
to help us to build. Then we have all the bug fix and integrations to be able to list on the platforms, so Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation, between Q1 and Q2 of the next year. And
Cool.
Once we list it at least on one of these platforms, we proceed with the token listing. So in that way, we keep the hype up, and we will, we will have a very unique point, because we never saw a crypto game that is actually releasing a token on the market after they released a game on the traditional gaming industry. So
right. Yeah, I feel like it's always the opposite, right? It's always the NFT is and the coins and everything first, and then we'll get you a game next year, a year or two. It's in development, or we're starting talks of development. It's like, what? You guys actually have something in hand, which is awesome. So, that's exciting to see the beta already coming soon. And then when do you expect, so if the beta is coming soon, Q1, Q2 for the single player, and then the multiplayer, when do you think, would you expect that then?
Yeah, so after the token listing, so we are going to open our marketplace where we will basically have the first battleship NFT sale that are in-game assets that you can use. So you will ride the battleships in space that will be NFTs, and these will be the way you can actually earn money playing the actual game. And after this sale, we will get prepared to launch our game. So our first beta for the multiplayer version, that will be a closed beta, obviously, for the Game Pass holders.
Yeah.
That will be probably in the end of Q3, Q4 of the next year. So tentatively around 3 to 6 months after the token listing. So we don't want to, let people wait too much time for that,
right? Because
we already have a base for our game that is built for the single player game. So our development for the multiplayer is shorter than a normal game to be built, because we started 4 years ago with the single player development. So we already made a lot of work, and we are obviously right now we already have an alpha demo that you can actually test. So maybe after this call, I can also send that to you so you can test, or otherwise you can see the videos on the Twitter page. So there are also videos of our demo. So
very exciting. Yeah, no, that's huge. And I mean, it sounds like, another year away, but really in that time, you have things come in every couple months. Basically, you're gonna have the beta launch, and the game launch, the NFT launch, and the token launch. So there's so many things coming up within the next year that, you're not going to want to miss, not going to want to blink, or you're going to miss something big, right? Very cool. So, one of the highlights, I think something that we were all really excited about from the Game Starter perspective as well, is this launching on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. I don't know if you have any insights or what that was like. How did you guys go about getting that possibility basically, and landing that opportunity, and then what's that been like? And I'm sure you guys are really excited.
Sure, yeah, obviously, being able to list on this platform is a good thing. So we started our game development, as mentioned, 4 years ago, with the target to be listed on this platform. So we move with the traditional game publisher, that now is not anymore collaborating with us, because he got acquired by another bigger game publisher, and they were not they were not considering the crypto space at the time. So what we are doing right now, and we also been at the Gamescom a few weeks ago. So it's one of the biggest events in Europe for the gaming industry. We talk with a lot of game publisher to talk about collaboration. And basically what we will do is list, first of all, the game on traditional gaming platforms, so the single player game. And we can do that through traditional marketing, game publisher, and also the connections that we already have.
Right.
And one of the most important things to know about us is that we are building with a Real Engine 5, and we won an Epic Mega Grant from Epic Games. So this open a lot of doors for us, because Epic Games are the guys that basically works with Fortnite and
Right.
stuff.
Right. It's
So
huge.
they have a lot of connection, and not all the games won an Epic Mega Grant. So
Absolutely.
we just have a unique thing to show. So most probably we are going to be listed also on this platform. Obviously, we have to do all the game fix, all the checks that every game needs to do.
Right.
But as you can see, if you search, for example, on YouTube, we already have a trailer from for our single player game by official channel of PlayStation, by IGN, where we have over 200K views. So we are already there, and hopefully by the next year we will be able to release the game. So that's it.
That's super exciting. I have to say, this is probably one of the bigger games that I've seen starting to pick up traction from like a traditional gaming market perspective, right? It's like everyone knows, like we see a game blow up in the blockchain space and everyone gets hyped for like a blockchain game within crypto like world, right? But like from a traditional going to actual, like you said, IGN, like that's huge. That the fact that they're pushing on pushing your project out there when all these people who don't know what blockchain is are getting trailers for a game that's going to have this blockchain integration. I mean, that's awesome. That's huge. I feel like that's extremely bullish for the project overall, but also for the entire market, right? Just the slow accumulation of attention from the traditional markets to hopefully lead to more mass adoption.
Yeah, this is basically what we're looking for. So right now for our single player game, they will be mainly traditional gamers. And then our final aim is to let them understand that there is a real sustainable economy behind a game, that it's not just like you click one button and you make
Right.
money, but it's something that is a real game, is a fun to play game. So we will not call ourselves a play to earn game, because we think that is not the best way to call it. We are talking about a play and earn, because the play is the game is the actual first thing in our project, and then there is also the chance to earn money, but it's not the focus. The focus is to build an actual good game to play on the market.
Awesome. No, I love that. And that definitely sets you guys apart for sure. So obviously we have this tumultuous market conditions at this point. You talked about it a little bit earlier, how it may be delaying some of your projects and plans that are, implementations of certain things. Besides, the market, are there any other challenges that you guys have kind of had to fight through at this point that are off the top of your head that you think, have been facing the team?
Yeah, no, basically, the slowest part in that phase obviously is the raise of funds, because we are just starting right now, and we know that is not the the optimal way, the optimal timing to do that. But we have we have a good product, so we are pretty confident that we will be able to do that. By the way, talking about the timeline, we already thought about that, because as I show you before on the roadmap, talking about the roadmap, our target is to list our token the next year. So basically we are aiming to avoid a bad market condition, and also we are proceeding to after the listing of the token just after we release the game. So we will have real let's say use case for our product on the market. So we will have the single player that is still it's already on the market and it's working, and then we're going to list that. So basically about the timeline, obviously we can say that is a fixed date or stuff like that, but we don't see our project to like delay 1 year after or stuff like that, because let's say we can do 3 months more, 3 months 3 months less, but it's not like a things of year. So that's it.
Do you think there's any benefit to this current market condition? I mean, in my perspective, it almost gives us some time to kind of focus on just building the product instead of feeling rushed to take advantage of like a euphoria phase, right? We're just kind of in like a down market where everyone could just kind of focus on building quality, right?
Yeah, correct. This is a very good thing, because even if it doesn't seem good, but the bear market is, as you mentioned, the best period to actually build something. So we are using that time to build something good and, you know, to improve in the next months all the game economies and stuff, to build something that can really be sustainable.
Awesome.
But the most important thing, our potentially strongest competitors, if they are not as good on the marketing this period, will decrease so their
Right.
power. So in that way we can build on the ashes of the old version of the play and learn games.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of a lot of other games without saying names, but obviously there have been some big issues on the token economy, for example, and also on other way they approach the actual gaming industry.
I believe it.
So we will learn from that. So we didn't, you know, we didn't invent it all. We invented some new things, but we learn a lot from the mistakes that the other made, because I think that this you know, this economy and this market is in a very you know, in a very early stage. So basically we have to learn one from each other and try to build something that can be every time better than before. So
absolutely. No, 100% agree, man. That is a good perspective for sure. And a healthy perspective, right? You know, you don't wish anybody to fail, but at the same time you have to, you know, it is a competition. It is who can build the best product, and you want to do that
sure.
at all times. So cool. Well, I figure that, you know, wrap things up with a little bit of quick discussion about, you know, your future plans. Like right now, everyone's looking for projects they can get into that they know are going to be around for the long term, right? Nothing's safe in crypto, I guess, but, you know, it is safer when you know that the team and the project is going to be here for the long term and going to be continuing to build. So maybe could you talk a little bit about, you know, what you have in store for the future? I don't know if there's any alpha you can share with us, or, you know, what those future plans look like.
Sure. So right now, talking about the roadmap that we are publicly showing right now, it stops at the game modes introduction. So after the first beta is done, we integrate the new game modes. So we have the open world where you can actually explore the space and chill with the friends. Then we have the arena, so you can fight against other players. We have the free for all where you can fight alone against other players. And we have the team deathmatch where you can create teams with your friends and play against other guys. And in the end, so probably in the first half of 2024, we are also introducing the professional tournament in our game. So not like standard tournaments like the guild, but something that can happen, you know, every determinate time. Awesome. So let's say one every month. And with these tournaments, we are going to attract gamers that want to play in a competitive environment, and they will be more than happy to pay a fee and try to earn more money while playing this actual game. And a portion of that fees will be used to, you know, bring more sustainability to our ecosystem and stuff.
Right.
And another new thing, and this will happen in the late 2024 and also in the following years, are the release of space monsters, because we have a very big differentiation point also from you know, other traditional gaming industry space games, because most of them are clean space games where you can actually fight and stuff like that. But we also have space monsters. We have also titans that are these big guys that are around the space. Cool. And they will have you know, a lot of utilities. I don't know if I can share the screen with you, but maybe I can show you what I'm talking about. So
absolutely,
these are some okay. So I will just show you some, you know, images of our in-game experience, so you can see that. So these will be some images of what we're building. So these are the spaces, and the quality, as you can see, is very high. And
it's gorgeous. Actually,
if you go, thanks. And if you go on our Twitter page, you can see in the actual videos of gameplay that this is real. So these are in-game snapshots that we make. Right. And these are the inside view, for example, of the battleship and stuff. And as I was mentioning, we will also have space monsters that will have a different role in the game. So this is one of the examples that we have, and you can also see it on the trailer on the PlayStation game, for example. This will be called Titans, and will be giant space monsters that you can fight. and they will be NFTs. So they will be pretty unique assets in the game that you can fight as game boss alone or together with friends, and they will accumulate rewards. And once you defeat them, you can earn a portion of that. And the owner of the NFT will earn a royalty on every gamer that fight against him and lose the battle. So
Wow.
there will be future big integration also with the external elements. So not only fight against other players, but also like big guys like these and also a lot of others. Right now we have 8 titans that are already built and 15 smaller creatures that are around the space. So we have a lot of variety also on the things that we are going to implement, and also on the battleship. Our target is to build more than 25 different battleships. We will have 5 faction, one for every slice of the humankind that is building the hunt space. So we will have a lot of news also on that side. The lore will be massive and very, very intricate also, and difficult to, you have to explore the actual game. It's not like, you just set up and play, but it will be something to learn and to adapt to the game experience.
That's awesome. So it's definitely a lot more than just, like you said, a quick, fun game you hop into. I mean, you can if you want to play casually, but there's going to be a real deep world that's, built out. And, it sounds like you guys have a lot of plans going on for the future and a lot more integration to come. So that's super exciting to hear, and, a huge bullish factor indicator in my opinion, for sure. So yeah, thank you for sharing all that with us. That's all very exciting plans. It looks cool. For sure. That NFT integration, owning one of the monsters that everyone else fights, that's super unique to me. I haven't seen any games pulling that off as of now, so that's a super cool one. I like that a lot.
We also have other things, but I can't share right now.
Yeah, no, I understand. Maybe we'll do this call again in 6 or 12 months, right, and we can hear about some more exciting releases. Cool. Well, Alessio, man, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're a busy guy, so thank you for chatting with us and sharing your journey so far in Haunted Space, and more information back there behind the scenes, what's going on. Guys, make sure to go check out Haunted Space on Twitter. Probably the best place. Twitter, Discord, right, is where you like to keep those communities. Stay up to date on all what's going on there. Like I said, keep an eye out for the first single player beta coming out later this year, and then our initial offering coming out with them, as well as the NFT drops and so many exciting things coming over the next year. So make sure to stay up to date. And like I said, hopefully we can do another check-in here in the coming year to hear about all your raving success. So
yeah, sure. So yeah, the main channels, as you mentioned, are basically Twitter, where we reached over 100K, and we have a Discord chat that is full of real people. But because something that we want to be sure that also the market understands is that we are building a real community of gamers. So we have right now 38K people on our Discord page.
cool.
And if you want to have some fresh news, you can go on our Twitter page, on our Discord. And remember that by the end of the month, the 23 of this month, tentatively, we are going to have our Genesis Pass drop. So it will be also a chance to be able to be the first to actually jump in the game once it's released. So to test the demo that will be out in October, and also the multiplayer demo the next year. So
huge. Yeah. Well, a project that puts gameplay first, a huge and exciting and experienced team, and doing so many different things within the space. I mean, partnerships with Xbox, PlayStation, Steam. I mean, these are all huge deals. So I'm very excited, very bullish for the future in the project, guys. Make sure to go check them out. And Alessio, man, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, Joseph. See you.
You as well. Take care.